Welcome to Kids Spaces, the show that is all about you and your space, your home and surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. I'm Josie Bissett. As a mom myself and someone interested in family lifestyle and values, I enjoy discovering what I feel will be attributes to the health and well-being of my kids. I'm sure all of you parents would agree it can be a challenge. Kids Spaces is here to help. It's the show that is all about you and your home, surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. Here's a concept. Make your kids happy by engaging them in a creative room makeover. Now you can select from a huge assortment of designs and actually apply them to the walls of your children's rooms. The kids love to be part of it. To see how it's done, take a look.
As kids grow from toddler to preschool and upward, their interests change. So should their living space. Kids Spaces is always on the lookout for ways to create personalized and creative spaces in your home. So why not do something that kids would never dream of?
Allison is entering the Sesame Street age, and so I was trying to come up with a way that she could feel like she was actually living with the characters. We're also on a budget, and you know how that is.
Cindy and Kids Spaces is excited to demonstrate how to use HP wall art to customize and personalize any room in your house. To talk about different options, Kids Spaces has brought in Joey Tampkin, Director of Marketing at Gallery Direct, HP's retail partner.
Hi, Cindy. I'm Joey.
Hi, Joey. Thanks so much for coming and helping us out with our daughter's room.
Yeah, thanks for having me in your beautiful home. It's gorgeous. Have you lived here long?
We have for about 5 years.
Oh, great. So probably time to do a little bit of a redo for Allison.
Yes, definitely. Most definitely.
I'm very excited to meet her and to see her space, learn her personality, see what she likes.
She's a lot of fun. She's all about Sesame Street right now. So.
Oh, Sesame Street age. It's a good one.
It's a lot of fun. So you want to go on in?
Yeah, I'd love to see the place. You're looking to get creative with Allison's room and completely customize it so it's fun and exciting for her. Now, you did mention that you're on a little bit of a budget, so you want it to be affordable. I think it's going to be really easy with HP's wall art solution and with Gallery Direct because you can customize the room as much or as little as you want. Meaning you could do all 4 walls, you could do 1 wall, or you could just do an accent. So it can really fit into any budget that you want to do. HP's licensed content is everything from the Marvel Comics to Nickelodeon. There's even Live Nation, there's Warner Brothers, and of course, Allison's favorite, the Sesame Street.
Are these wallpaper?
It's better than wallpaper. It's actually water-activated paste. Goes up and down really easy, and it's completely customizable, not only from the imagery, but actually the dimensions of the room. If you have an obstruction, a window, a door, a light switch that you need to work around, you can work around that. You can move the characters and the imagery to actually fit the room exactly how you want. So, Allison, where would you like Big Bird?
Next to the door.
Next to the door? Okay. Who's this?
Abby.
Okay, should we keep her up there flying?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really easy. You move them around. You guys can do this on your own, play around with it. And when you're done, you just hit Add to Cart, and it'll be here in a few days. It ships very fast. And give me a call when it arrives, and I'll come back, and I'll help you put it up.
Yay! Say thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, Joey.
Thank you. Did everything arrive okay?
Everything came really quickly. It's all upstairs waiting for us. I'm so excited.
Okay, great. Let's go open the boxes, lay it out, see what we've got.
Right.
Okay, perfect. So we have everything laid out. So help me roll this out. Let's see the panels. Is it cool?
You like it?
Yeah.
Who's this?
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, who's his friend?
Elmo.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this for us, Joey. It's absolutely wonderful and beautiful. We're so happy. And before you go, I want to show you something that I ordered for myself.
Oh, you went on Walls by Gallery Direct and played on the site?
I did.
I can't wait to see.
If I can get it open here.
Oh, this is really great. This is gorgeous.
And you know where I'm thinking about putting this?
Either by the breakfast nook or somewhere in the kitchen.
The breakfast nook.
To discover what you can do for your home, simply log on to hp.com/go/wallart. Here you can take your time viewing the broad assortment of images and place your order when you're ready. There's a link to their website on ours at designingspaces.tv, where this or any part of Kids Spaces can be seen again.
It's Super Y with the power to read on Kids Spaces. Want some ideas to help your kids learn to love to read? Check out these Super Reader tips from Angela Santamero, creator of Super Y. Make your own book reviews.
Parents, here's a good idea. We keep a book review in its own journal of what we think of each of the books that we read. My little one will do the drawings about the book, and my older one will really write what she's thinking about the characters and whether she really likes a book or not, and then we'll share them with her friends. We also read chapter books together as a family at story time. We're currently reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I can't wait to hear the reviews from the kids.
Want your kids to be a super reader too? Watch Super Y on PBS Kids and go to supery.com to help your kids love to learn to read. Also go to designingspaces.tv to see more super reader tips.
Moms, when kid birthday parties come around, you want it to be fun, but also simple and with the least amount of mess. Now you can create a fantastic birthday party with games, kid entertainment, and healthier meal choices. It's the ultimate birthday party bash. Check it out.
Look at her, still having a blast. Who would have thought this was the result of a birthday party? And her birthday party was a smashing hit. Days ago, I had no idea what to do about her birthday party with her friends.
Between budgetary considerations and finding a fun place to have birthday festivities, the idea of corralling the kids and their friends can be a daunting one. Kids Spaces has a suggestion where the kids will not only have a good time, they'll have a wider selection of items from the kids menu. So where is this place?
We're here at Burger King to celebrate Julie's 6th birthday party. And we're going to meet up with Patty Trevino, kids expert for Burger King, to find out about some of the big changes. Hi, Patty, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Kelly.
I've got to tell you, when I think of Burger King, it brings back all these fond memories. I literally remember when I was a little kid, we would spend the entire weekend running errands, but I knew at the end of the day that I would get to go to Burger King. And for me, that was the highlight. So I would get to order stuff from the kids' menu, but my dad, he would order that world-famous Whopper, and I remember I was so little, and it was so big that there was no way that I could finish it, but I do have to give him credit because he never, ever left a bite. So what's changing, though?
Well, one thing that isn't changing is the Whopper.
That's good news. That's good news.
It's still America's favorite burger, and that's what Burger King's known for, a world-famous Whopper. But we're also known for another thing, is it being a great place for families and a great place for kids. About a year ago, we started rethinking our kids' programs. Because we started talking to moms, we started talking to dads and kids. What we started to learn is that kids wanted a much better experience from their kids' meals. And moms, they said it's important for them to nourish their kids. They wanted to feed their kids great food, so they wanted to nourish their bodies. But it was also very important for them to nourish their minds and to nourish their souls. They wanted to raise good kids. So the kids' meal program that we're introducing is the BK Crown program. And that's the foundation of the Crown program. It's all about feeding the heart, feeding the mind, and feeding the body of our children today.
Can you tell us a little bit about the BK Crown program?
We wanted to bring families together and give them a family experience. But most importantly, we wanted to give kids choices, and not just about food, because when, in the world today, kids have choices of food everywhere. But we also wanted to give kids a multifaceted program that they could choose not only what games they wanted to play on the box and an interactive experience, but we also have a great component where kids can choose their charity online and they can donate. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it when we get to the party.
Well, I'm excited to hear. Well, let's go join the party then. Great. Coming up next, we join a kid's birthday party where everyone gets a special box with smart and tasty food full of surprises. And the kids will discover the box is more than just fancy wrapping.
We're at Burger King for a kid's birthday party. The kids are having such a great time with the new BK Crown program, where imagination is king. Even the parents are enjoying themselves with the reinvented kids menu and a new family-friendly atmosphere. It makes for the perfect location for a kid's birthday party. And Kids Spaces is hanging out with one birthday group to see how Burger King is appealing to both the kids and their parents. Okay, so whose birthday is it today? Oh, happy birthday! You guys having a great time?
Yes!
Yeah, but it's so much more than just having a fun meal, right, Patty?
Absolutely, and it's not about just having a fun meal, but we have this great interactive box that the meal actually comes in, and the interactivity comes with all of the games that are on the box. So it really does engage kids' minds and engages their creativity, and these games they can play by themselves, they can play with their friends, or if they want, they can play with their family.
Well, it sounds really cool. What's really cool is that you can actually take the fun in learning. It doesn't stop here. You can take it home with you. Because of the games on the box, they have this unique aspect that allows the children to engage with their parents.
Absolutely, it does. It really is about, taking the interactivity just not at the restaurant, but being able to bring it home as well. And there's also an online component to it.
So we can go online and there's more?
Yes, there's more. Wow. So you can actually go to the bkcrown.com website, and it has fun interactive games. Kids can actually win prizes. And then there's another feature where kids can actually help us support a community charity.
Wow, that's great.
Dad, you hear this? Getting kicked out of it?
Yeah. Well, and the good news is Julie's friends can all bring it home, and they can do the same thing with their parents. That's pretty neat, especially as a mom.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the website again.
Yes, it's bkcrown.com.
You know what I think? I want to go back to when I was a kid. Are you ready to hit the playground?
Now that was one unforgettable birthday party. For more information, just visit bkcrown.com, or you can go to our website at designingspaces.tv in the Kids Spaces section, where you can watch this part of the show again. I'm Kelly Lightbourne for Designing Spaces, Kids Spaces.
The BK Crown program really turns mealtime into family time by providing fun activities the entire family can enjoy at Burger King restaurants. The experience continues to the family's home, where kids can enjoy fun games and activities online.
This is one birthday we will never forget. Is that right, Julie?
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
It doesn't take long for kids to grasp the value of money. Quickly, they get the idea that money can buy things, and that the more they save, the more they have. But how much do they really understand about smart planning, saving, and investing? All too often, parents prefer not to discuss the subject of money with their kids. The truth is, teaching your kids financial responsibility should start as early as possible, and Kids Spaces has discovered a plan of action that engages both parents and their children. Meet Karen and her daughter, Samantha. Karen wants to introduce the concept of money management and financial responsibility, but she wants to do it without boring Samantha or making her roll her eyes. Kids Spaces' plan of action is underway. Meet Stuart Ritter, CFP, an expert on how parents can teach their kids money basics. His main message? It's not hard or complicated. Okay, Karen, so Stuart's going to help you get on track with explaining money to Samantha, and I'm sure you're not the only parent wondering how to address this issue. So, Stuart, if you would, tell us why kids need a basic understanding of money.
Well, as we all know, kids are constantly making choices between the things that they want and the other things that they want. And parents have the opportunity to teach them about prioritizing, about how to make trade-offs. Having those conversations early gives kids the opportunity to develop the skills they'll need to be financially independent, to make good choices, to save and spend wisely, and that helps them prepare for the future.
I've heard T. Rowe Price has collaborated with Disney in order to help families learn about saving and spending wisely.
We have. That's the Great Piggy Bank Adventure. There are two elements to it. The first is an exhibit at Innovations at Epcot, and that's where families go through, they play games, they learn about some basic financial concepts, but most importantly, they're having a conversation. It gives parents the opportunity to talk with their kids about what's going on in the game and how that translates to the decisions kids are making in the real world. The second element is an online game. It takes the same lessons that are taught in the exhibit and gives kids the opportunity to explore them a little bit more through a 3D world that's online and extend the conversation. Continue having parents talk to their kids, learn more about these financial concepts, translate them to what's going on in the real world, and that lets parents keep those things going.
It would be great if I could learn a few tips from other parents.
That's the role of the T. Rowe Price Family Center. We've created a place where you can read stories from other parents about what they learned when they were growing up and now what they're teaching their own children about money.
Okay. Yeah, is there anything I can do here at home to introduce the ideas of saving and investing to Samantha?
That's exactly what the online game is about.
Excellent. Well, let's give it a try.
I'll go get Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Meet Stuart Ritter from T. Rowe Price.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
He's going to show us a great game today that's going to help you learn how to save money.
Really? I've been saving up for a new phone.
That's great. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is going to be boring and involve a lot of math. Actually, you're going to be deciding whether you want to go to Mars or the time of dinosaurs, exploring pirate shipwrecks, taking rides on airships. There's a lot of fun involved in this game. Now, as you try to achieve your goals, you're going to have some help from a personal investment guide, a pig. Now, you're going to need that help because there's a big bad wolf who's going to try to thwart your plans. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
And if you want, Dad and I will play the game with you.
Great. So how do we get started?
Well, we've gone to thegreatpiggybankadventure.com.
Welcome to the Great Piggy Bank Adventure. Choose your own character, pick your dream goal, and take a fun-filled financial journey.
We're going to jump right into the game. And Samantha, I'll turn it over to you. You choose your character. The most important thing when it comes to financial planning and money is deciding what your goal is going to be.
I think I'm going to be an artist.
You start out with some truffles. The truffles are the currency in the game. And the first thing you need to do is put them in your piggy bank. And now you get to go to Luciana's store. So you need to decide first whether you want to buy anything at all. And second, whether there's something here that might help you achieve your goal. Now, Samantha, you'll notice that at the end of every turn, the general interest will come up and show you how much you've earned on what you have in your piggy bank. So go ahead and continue. Choose or lose space. Here's an ethical dilemma.
Some kids in swimsuits are jumping off the bridge into the river for thrills. It looks like fun, but risky. You jump or watch? I would watch.
Okay.
I would watch.
Good choice. Roll the dice again. Let's see what happens. All right, a finance smarty pants question. Here's where you have a question which if you answer right, you get extra truffles.
Pick the wisest place to save your money in a savings account.
Very good.
All right, you've reached your first goal.
I'm so proud of you. I hate to admit this, but I'm actually learning from this too.
And that's part of the idea. We did a survey that told us a lot of parents feel intimidated by some money topics, and this game can help them learn about it. First thing you'll notice is obviously you now have two pigs to choose from. We had Mellow Yellow in the first level. Now we've introduced True Blue. And as it says, you can gain more interest by putting your truffles into True Blue, but there's a chance you might lose a little bit as well.
So I would put some in True Blue, but not all of them.
Exactly.
Well, it looks like we have Samantha hooked.
I'm almost done with the second level. I think we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
We heard parents don't feel like they're talking enough to their kids about money issues. And by having this common experience playing the game, it allows that conversation to flow a little more freely.
Take a trip to Mars.
All right.
I like that.
You'll notice the third pig, Red Hot. With goals like these that take so many truffles, you're really going to have to rely on what the pigs earn more than the truffles that you actually earn and save.
Well, it looks like Kids Spaces has accomplished another mission. Thank you, Stuart, and thank you to everyone at T. Rowe Price for introducing us to the GreatPiggyBankAdventure.com.
Glad to be part of Kids Spaces.
Sure, thanks again. And if you'd like more information, you can go to designingspaces.tv to rewatch this segment of the show, as well as get a link to the T. Rowe Price Family Center and the Great Piggy Bank Adventure. For Kids Spaces, I'm Jody Darren.
It's Super Why with the power to read on Kids Spaces. Want some ideas to help your kids learn to love to read? Check out these Super Reader tips from Angela Santamero, creator of Super Y. Words are everywhere.
Create a lifelong love of reading. Reading really does feel like a superpower to kids. Suddenly, words are everywhere and they can read them. So read anything and everything with them. Signs for the bathroom, stop, go, food aisles in the grocery store. Good job, Mommy.
Want your kids to be a super reader too? Watch Super Y on PBS Kids and go to supery.com to help your kids love to learn to read.
It's a great feeling when you can engage your kids in projects they have fun doing and take away a real learning experience at the same time. By bringing families together, we can strengthen our kids' values. For Designing Spaces, Kids Spaces Special, I'm Josie Bissett. Thanks for watching.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.